How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another standard video here with me. We are trying out Red Black Australia. I've named this one. It got a second place in the Australian Regional Championship, which, yeah, is pretty respectable. Qualifies you for the Pro Tour. And what a deck it is. Yeah, Red Black, mid-range / discard / aggro. A lot of stuff going on here. Centerpiece, you could say, is the Alesha, who laughs at fate. A 3-mana 2/2 first striker, grows whenever she attacks. And then it has a raid trigger, where at the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Alesha's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So with 16 1-drop creature, 16 2 and 1 mana creatures here in Tinybones, the Pickpocket, Deep-Cavern Bat, Fear of Missing Out, and Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, you have a lot of stuff that can be brought back with the Alesha turn 3 in case you played Inti or Fear turn 2 to put one of these other 2-drops into the bin, then attack on turn 3 with Inti or Fear, and then play Alesha, return a 2-drop for free, and build a pretty big board state. Risk, of course, 3-mana 2/2, not the greatest stat lines in the world. Not a good blocker against Monstrous Rage, doesn't have Death Touch, gets shocked, gets cut down, so there's some risk here. But I mean, you're playing a lot of cheap creatures that also want to sort of like are removal magnets for those cheap removals, for those shocks, for those cut downs. So having a bunch of them, and then maybe even those being killed, like, Deep-Cavern Bat often eats a Burst Lightning or a cut down, and then you play Alesha, and maybe they don't have it anymore, and then you get back your Deep-Cavern Bat with Alesha down the line. So that's the idea, I suppose. Removal, lots of interaction here. 2 Anoint, 4 Deep-Cavern Bat, 2 Torch the Tower. In addition to the 2 Duress and Deep-Cavern Bat for hand hate. And then 1 copy of a Wild Ride here. Sort of spicing things up. Very good with Alesha, of course. Also quite nice with a Phyrexian Dragon Engine, which found its way in here. We already saw this one in Boros Monument. You really do want to discard it, as that 5-mana Unearth effect will refill your hand, draw you 3 cards, and hit the opponent for essentially 4 damage with Double Strike 2/2. Very strong in that regard, of course. And then there's also the Mishra Claimed by Geeks combo in this deck, which is just so freaking sweet. Like, I'm amazed that this made it in here. Where, yeah, you can discard the engine into like one of your discard outlets, play a Mishra down the line, and then you can unearth the engine, attack with both, and then melt them into the powerful Mishra Lost to Phyrexia, which is just, I mean, if you don't win the game when you do that, you must have been insanely far behind. It enters the play, it's 9/9, and then it triggers 3 times of these modes. It's just like, it's sort of like a cruel ultimatum on a 9/9. It feels like you can deal 3, you can destroy stuff, you can give menace and trample to everything. Yeah, and then you can also, yeah, it's just insane. I mean, so that's kind of sweet. Yeah, and then Tinybones the Pickpocket is an interesting one. I mean, Death Touch is really nice against the Monstrous Rage decks, probably good against Mono Red, like if you play this early. It's not very good against Manifold Mouse, as they can just block, give Double Strike, and then you can't block with the Death Toucher. But it's still a little bit of a roadblock. Looking ahead, Final Fantasy is going to bring us Cecil the Dark Knight. Yeah, get Batman. Which is presumably the superior card to Tinybones, as that one has a pretty good stat line as a 2/3. So Tinybones, adios amigos. You haven't seen much play. Now you see a little bit here in this deck, and then soon you're out again. I'm sorry to say, my friend. Yeah, that is the deck. And then we have some top end 2 Harvest of Misery, triggers Inti with the discard for what it's worth. Just also nice stabilizing effect against someone who made some monks with Cory Steelcutter, of course. And then we have a Coalstoke Gearhulk, which can get any of our creatures back and give it a haste for 1 turn, menace Death Touch, and then you have to sacrifice it. I mean, that is kind of neat as well with Mishra and Dragon Engine, I suppose. If one of them is in play and the other is in the graveyard, you can play a Gearhulk get one back and then make Mishra lost to Phyrexia. And then 2 copies of Trumpeting Carnosaur. I don't really know what's going on here with that one. Just a big high-end play that is also you can discard it, deal free, just a mid-range top-end card, flexible removal, I guess, is the idea here. Mana base, yeah, pretty straightforward, I'd say. Looks pretty good to me. 3 tap lands in total, 6 basics, 4 Verges. The Verge is on black, black heavy in the early game, so that's probably fine, like the front side of the Verge. Then we have 2 Demolition Field, 1 Blast Zone for some colorless action, no Sanctuaries here. You know, Sanctuary is a good card, but, you know, you can argue for these as well. And in the sideboard, we're looking at 2 Dreams of Steel, 2 Duress, 2 Dreadmaw's Ire. Those are interesting, I guess. Those are sort of your anti-Curry Steel Cutter tech, I suppose. Instead of playing, you know, a Braid or what have you, we are trying to give a creature of ours trample and then blow up the artifact. More power, good, I guess. Combos a little bit with Alesha, combos with Dragon Engine, Double Strike, 4/4 trample is pretty good. And Alesha being higher powered will mean it can return more things, I suppose. To be fair, Inti is also kind of neat with Alesha because you can also use them to pump Alesha and get bigger stuff back. And Dragon Engine plus Inti is also a nice combo where you have a free double strike trample at the very least. Ghost Vacuum and Agatha Soul Cauldron. Soul Cauldron is a graveyard hate piece while also being sort of the combo type card. But in this deck, it's more used, I guess, as a buffing Alesha and buffing Deep-Cavern Bat and buffing Dragon Engine. It's not really used for that. You guys get abilities because there is no abilities in this deck. Yeah. 2 Withering Torment for some anti-domain hate, I guess. I don't know. I mean, there's not really decks around where this card is very good against. Maybe, I guess that's not entirely true. Just any temporary lockdown deck is probably a deck where you would bring this in. To be fair, Feed the Swarm is also a card legal in Standard, only costing 2 mana. Might be a little bit stronger than Withering Torment. 3 mana is a bit expensive. Just saying. 2 Brotherhood's End. Yeah, just some sweeper, flexible, destroys all artifacts too. And then Case of the Crimson Pulse as a card advantage engine, one-off. Yeah, sideboard looks pretty clean. Could play some Gixis commands, maybe. You could have some more 1-mana removal spells, would be something that I'd be a little bit concerned about. Like, you could cut some of these Anoints or Brotherhood's End for more torches / cut downs. That would be one criticism I have with this deck. I think during the time that was before Hartford, a week before, I believe. So Mono Red wasn't really a big deck right now. Mono Red was sort of suppressed by prowess at that time. So I understand why you have lower on the 1-mana removal maybe. And then 4 copies of Anoint was there because there was a lot of respect for Jessica Oculus at the time. Anyhow, that was it for the introduction. A little bit of a call out for you guys. There's the early access event happening in a few days, which I want to do some content on, of course. I want to do some standard Final Fantasy content. There's a conflict of interest, though, here. The Pro Tour is standard. The Pro Tour is... The deck submission is 8 days after set release in about like 2 weeks, a little bit more. And of course, I'm bound to secrecy for my Pro Tour testing team. So we are, of course, working on a lot of stuff already. We're playing with the new cards already. We're tinkering with them and brainstorming about them. So I have to stay secret on like the really good stuff, right? But I could still showcase some ideas that you bring into the comment section. That was my idea here. Suggest me some deck lists that you would want to see covered in the early access, some ideas that I could try that are maybe fun and not like necessarily super competitive. And then I can try some of the new cards, give you my competitive perspective on them. I mean, the early access event is really not to break things. I mean, a little bit too, but also to just try out some of the new stuff. Maybe we get some Final Fantasy fans in here that would love to see me play this version of that or whatever. And if it's not too like broken, then I can certainly cover it and play with it a little bit. Yeah, so feel free to comment with some decklist ideas, and I'll check that out. All right, let's jump into some gameplay, shall we? Okie dokie. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good hand. I mean, this is close to 10 out of 10, right? I guess we need another 2-mana play that we can throw into the Inti to get value of the Alesha right away. But Duressing up front is pretty good. All right. That is, opponent likes alternate artworks, I guess. Okay, there's a 2-mana play. It's the wrong one. It's a legendary one. No! That is unfortunate. That is the right one. Let's go. Oh, I messed up. I got so excited. Right away, turn 3 of the game, a mistake. Yeah, let's hit that land and get punished for doing this. Okay, never got punished. All right. Didn't matter. All good. Okay, let's play Alesha. I mean, the deck is doing it right away here. Discard Inti, trigger Inti again. We won't be able to use that card here, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Bear comes to your next end step. Ah, because it was in the end step, we can even play the card. And the opponent just concedes right away. To be fair, they kept the 1-lander there. All right, wow. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Interesting. So I think I'm cutting the Carnosaur. Just a little bit too expensive here. And yeah, I mean, my sideboard doesn't have to offer much. Brotherhood's End is interesting. Anoint is decent. Dreams is decent. I mean, they usually just have removal to bring in, I would think. Maybe Ghost Vacuum, to be fair. That could be a card they bring in, which would make the Brotherhood's End more interesting. Brotherhood's End is pretty good against mono red, I would say, besides the fact that it's terrible into the Nemesis. Alright, I'm on the draw, so I think I'm gonna cut the Wild Ride. These 4-offs on the legendaries make me a little frisky. I mean, you have a lot of discard, I guess, but the Drag Engine seems pretty bad into Burst Lightning. Never want to cast that one. The rest is so-so, I would say, in this matchup. Maybe I go down to 1 copy. I think I'm gonna play the Brotherhood's End on the draw. And then it's sort of like Anoint is probably... Anoint is just straight up better and Go for the Throat, right? Because it exiles the Heartfire hero. And Go for the Throat just kills it. There's no 4 CMC creatures. Yeah. Dreams is okay. I mean, they have a lot of creatures, right? Maybe I cut a Tinybones for the Dreams. I could also cut the Gearhulk, to be honest. Yeah. This seems reasonable. A little bit of discard, not too much. Like, I feel like if you're on the draw, you don't really have the time to play many discard spells, and we also have the Deep-Cavern Bat. So I just want to have like a sprinkling of them, and I just Duress can miss often against mono red too, right? Yeah, it's unfortunately not going to cut it. Okay, this can work. I guess we'll just put this away. We're just playing control here. We just hope that they don't have Nemesis, really. Ah, now I have an answer. Nice. Could leave up Torch in case they go Manifold Mouse, right? I would take 4. It's just really awkward, this tap land here. I think if I take 4, it's okay. I go to 16. No biggie. Yeah. The upside is if they just don't have that, is that I can like Brotherhood's End this Heartfire hero down the line, probably because it just stays a 1/1, right? That's the idea there. Now I have to do this, and I took 4. So like, yeah, I mean, and now they can play Nemesis and punish me as well. Just the tap land really messed me up. Okay. Yeah, pretty good draw on the play here. I kind of have to let this happen. They played the mountain first also, just really... Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't, like, I just have to take the damage. It's a lot of damage, I know. It's not nice, but I would just get super blown out here by a spell. Kind of lucky, by the way, to have drawn both my 1-mana removal spells on the draw. And I'm still at 11. I mean, the deciding moment here was maybe not playing my Cliffs turn 1. Keys. Alright, we're grinding, yeah. Okay, pretty good stuff. Opponent has a very, very strong draw here. I think I'm just happy discarding the Dragon Engine, to be honest. I'm just gonna use it as a refill later on. I could have played it there, but I don't think that's that good. Yeah, sure, Tinybones. And just pass the turn, I guess. So the Tinybones is actually relevant here with that ability. Can get some, get my own mice army. Did I mess up by not killing this right away? Now they have Monster's Rage. Maybe. They're looking at the graveyard, huh? Oh, they don't attack. Wow. What the heck is happening? Okay, so they're trying to activate Sanctuary, I guess. I'm just gonna do this. I don't think they have Rage. Right, yeah. Like, I think if they had Rage, they would have attacked me there. Interesting. So now I can get frisky with the Tinybones here. Or I can get back the engine. They have a nice blocker that I want to... Like, I'm just gonna attack these two. And I guess I'm gonna untap my Fear. I could untap the Tinybones to cast both of them, but I assume the Sanctuary is gonna get activated anyways. So I won't have the mana to cast both the mice from the graveyard. Is what I'm thinking here. Right. Okay, well, I guess my opponent not trying to block for some reason. I could have gotten both the creatures. I could just cast this with Offspring. That's pretty powerful. Ish. I mean, would have been certainly better to cast both of these, but I mean, whatever. I think they can just, if I untap this, they can also activate this after, right? And then, I don't know, but that's pretty bad, I guess. I kind of want to Anoint with Affliction here, I think. So I think I should just get the Ember Heart. Oh, I can cast it right away? That's funny. So I can attack with it too? With the Fear attack? I didn't even think about that. That's pretty neat. Learning as we go, I suppose. Opponent just really doesn't want to... Rada uses removal? Okay. Interesting timing. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just flooded. But like, wouldn't you want to activate the Sanctuary? I mean, I have one card in hand. I mean, okay, I screwed up there. I should have put a stop. Should have just... Now they have one more mana, which they shouldn't have. Super interesting, right? Like, they just sniffed out that I have a removal in my hand. If I let them attack, the Frenzy costs 1 less. I don't think they have Frenzy though, right? Like, they would have cast Frenzy. I'll let them attack. And then do it. Because if I do it beginning of combat, they could activate this one with that one and attack me with that one. So I wouldn't love that. I should probably just let them... I'll let them... They did draw Frenzy. What the heck? Why didn't you use Frenzy? Okay, so you just drew Frenzy this turn, I guess? Okay. I mean, maybe not, actually. Whatever. Maybe I screwed up there. Okay, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They didn't... Like, wouldn't have mattered. Okay. So I probably just want to get the engine back here. Right. If I just play Inti, it's just a 2-2. I don't have anything to discard. If I attack with both, they probably block here to prevent me from getting the offspring. I think I should just refill here. Whoa, okay. I'm at 11. 2-2, they draw 3 cards. So they could kill me. This is 4, 6, 7. Maybe the Tinybones stays back. Play a little safer there. They take 6. I wish I would have drawn a removal spell here. Not just only creatures, you know. Yep. Okay. Yep. All right, well, it's a sign of weakness, I guess. I can cast all my cards. Although Tinybones have legendary. They kind of incentivize to block it though, right? I'm going to start with this to just see if the... Okay, it sounds like they just have nothing, huh? There's 2 mountains. Then let's attack with both. They kind of have to block my Tinybones, yes. And now we can play another Tinybones, and we can get something back as well. Which, this draws us a card and puts a pretty powerful creature into play. Yeah, I think that's better than Inti here. Oh, we don't have Delirium anymore? Ah, the artifact creature is missing. Okay. They drew a lot of lands there. Okay. Probably on blocking duty, yeah. Huh. Attack all with the Restless Vents. I can see if the way is clear, I guess. Attack all of the Restless Vents would mean they block here and they can then kill a thing with the first strike. That's actually a bit tough. Yeah, so I guess I'm not doing that. I'm probably just gonna attack. Yeah. Just gonna attack with Tinybones and Deep-Cavern Bat here. If they block my bones, they can shoot a bat, which isn't optimal, but the Nemesis dies at least. I think that's fine. Yeah. The case is certainly doing work here. They are grinding me out. I'm down to just this. They're at 6. I'm certainly the aggressor in this situation. They have the ground covered with the 3/3. Yeah, I mean I don't love my odds here. Let's just say that much. So this only draws me a card if I have a card to discard, yeah. So it doesn't work like Fear, where I would draw a card if I have zero in hand. Alright. I can double block that. It's pretty risky. I should probably just take damage. Okay. Yeah. Not much moves here. Just attack with these 2. Interesting they didn't want to attack with this. I guess they just die to a 2-mana removal if they do so. But I'm top decking, you know, like, and you kind of, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe you should have attacked them as there. Go for broke. I guess I can draw another card there. No, the case is doing work. No Shieldred. This is an interesting, right? No Shieldreds. That's a card that you could easily slot into this deck. I guess we're playing Mishra. Mishra off the top would be lethal here with the bats. I think Mishra says whenever you attack, right? Not when it attacks. Just Google it real quick. Yeah, whenever you attack. Okay, sure. I'm at 11. This seems really careful. I don't understand how they're not attacking with none of this. I mean, I get okay, fair enough. I mean, I guess they're playing around one removal spell again. Okay, fair enough. I guess that makes sense. But like, I would have been already kind of dead almost if they would have attacked last turn, you know. All right. So I'm at 5. I go to 7. And then I block the Sanctuary, which is potentially a 6/4, and I take 6. So if they literally have nothing, I could win. But I would certainly not be able to win if they would have played a little bit more aggressively. They played to play around top decks. I mean, that's respectable for sure. But you could also play a little bit more aggressively to like play to win, you know. Like for example, if I would have top decked something here that could have made a difference, and those 3 damage that they maybe missed in one of these attack steps might have made the difference, you know. All right. It didn't make the difference. Them staying back, they didn't get punished, as I just drew land here. Yeah. But they could have gotten punished. Like if I have removal for the Sanctuary here, then this would just be, I guess it would still be lethal, huh? Yeah, I guess it would still be lethal. Anyways, I don't know. Whatever. Okay. On the play now. On the play. It's kind of funny. I almost want to have the case. I mean, seriously. Like, that was really grindy. Really grindy game. Don't think I want the dreams on the play. Don't know if I want the Duress either. Don't know if I want the Brotherhood's End, to be honest. The high end is pretty low here. Like maybe I should fill my deck with a little bit more high end. I think maybe I'll play the dreams. And maybe I play like a Gearhulk and a Carnosaur. Sure. Got close, but yeah, I mean I did only play 2 mana and 3 mana cards that entire game. So I didn't really overpower my opponent. Okay, I mean the tablet really annoying so far. Really, really bad. But I mean I can't really mulligan the sand. But yeah, it's just maybe game deciding difference potentially, not having the dreams here on turn 0. Oh man. I mean I could have gambled for the mountain, but that seems insane too. Whew, these tap lands have killed me so far. I mean, obviously it's the most important against mono red, right? Because mono red is the fastest deck. So now if I play Inti, they play Manifold Mouse. It's just gonna get tough, you know. But I feel like if I don't play Inti, I'm not really doing much either. I could go Dreams into Alesha. I'm just gonna play Inti, and I don't know. Like I'm just hoping they don't have the nuts. Like I'm hoping they just go Burst Lightning. That would be preferable. How often do I play mono red and have this? Never, basically. I feel like you never have this when you play mono red. Like these two in conjunction, it just doesn't happen. It just you have a hero and like an Ember Heart maybe, but not these two together. And my opponent just doing it twice to me. Obviously, I'm talking nonsense, but like seriously, like that's just unreasonable. And if I had a dreams, I could have broken this up turn 1, and now I don't have any removal either. Certainly not good. Yeah. Pretty bad. Cool. I mean, at this point, casting the dreams isn't really doing anything either. As they have the wombo combo in play. I got so punished for this hand. Like, this hand got the worst draws as well. Like, not only did I have a tap land turn 1, I then drew 3 lands off the top. So I theoretically had all the lands to cast my spells untapped. They just have the absolute nut draw. Okay, I mean, it is how it is. It's certainly really awkward draw here on my side. I mean, that's very obvious, and they have the nutter butters. All right. GG, no removal. All right. I mean, I think this matchup's okay, I would think. But yeah, you know, they had a above average draw. I had a terrible draw here in game 2, game 3. In game 2, I did draw a lot of lands. In the end, well, they had a case going, which good sideboard tech by them, to be fair. That really did win them the game. They had no business at all winning that game without case. If that would have been anything random, like a creature or whatever. Yeah, all right. GG, I guess. All right, yeah, sure. Meticulous Archive. Stock up. Could be Omniscience. Could be Control. Both have Lockdown, but my hand is pretty good against Lockdown, I guess. Okay. Still don't know what I'm up against. I mean, I think it's more likely than not Omniscience. It's the more popular of the blue-white or Omniscience, I would say. Just gonna discard Alesha, I guess. I could also discard a land. I have a lot of them. I could also discard this. I could also play this. It's probably not a good idea. Does synergize a little bit for Alesha though down the line. Like next turn I can get it back, right? Tinybones. Tinybones, I don't think I can play you here, my friend. Okay. Ooh, oh, okay. I guess that's the combo here. Discard Carnosaur, go nuts. Yeah, I mean, you only live once, I guess. We know they have Dispersal, and this might not work out, but you know, it'd be like that. Let's discard Alesha. Let's pump Inti, I guess. Let's hope this Alesha couldn't. Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. Don't disperse on me again, though, please. I mean, why in the world would you bounce the Inti, though? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you probably just have a second one. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was rather brutal. So I can get... No, I can get nothing back. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I played a 2-drop into a 3-drop. I was on the draw. I died on turn 5. Yeah. Things that happen against Omniscience, I guess. Okay. Well, Graveyard Hate, Withering Torment, Duress, Dreams. Don't love the Tinybones here. The Wild Ride seems good. Go for the Throat. Removal spell. Carnosaur pretty expensive. But also, right, I mean, with the Wild Ride, and if you make your Alesha 6 power, you can get it back from your graveyard. I guess that is what we would have done there if they wouldn't have had any interaction. Coalstoke. I mean, that thing at least gives haste and smashes in there. So it's probably these 4 cards are my worst cards right now. I mean, arguably maybe Tinybones. Like a 1/1. This is where Cecil is a lot better, right? Like Cecil actually dealing 2 damage for 1 mana. I don't know. I mean, go for the Throat. They might bring in like Overlord and stuff, right? Overlord. I guess that's the only one. Beza. Alright, let's just do this, I guess. This doesn't even go to the face. Yeah, no. Pretty bad. I thought it would go to the face. And my plan was to deal them 3 post-combat and then like return it with the Alesha. But it doesn't even go to the face. Oh my god. This is not going to be able to win against them because I don't have any pressure. Like these torments are just... You don't want to have two of them in the opener. Okay, I mean, this is not great, but it at least has pressure. I think I want to keep the Mishra because it's more powerful. I think I'm just going to ditch this. Yeah. I'm starting to become a little bit questionable on these lands. I understand playing colorless lands and demons, but this mana, there's a lot of 1-mana cards that you want to play that have like, you know, black especially. So I don't know how many of them you actually can play. All right. Let's attack, discarding what? Do I have the combo here? If I can just go 3 into 4, that'd be pretty sick. But I would need to draw runner here in terms of lands. I need to hit land with this, and then draw land and draw step to be able to cast Mishra. But it could, and it doesn't even. Yeah, they have to both attack, right? Okay, that's way too ambitious. I think my plan is to disrupt them, and then maybe on turn 5, flashback engine, attack both, kill them, something like that. So then I just want to discard the engine. Okay, nice. Bit of a decision here, I guess. I think it's just play this. It's pretty bad into temporary lockdown. I guess maybe it's just this. All right, I kind of talked myself into that. Okay. The next turn I go Tragedy plus Dispersal. Okay, And then we can go Dreams, take the Bazaar, and exile the Overlord. That's a pretty insane Dreams. They have Blast Zone too. So I think I'm taking Dispersal here. Yeah. Alright. Alright. That does mean we can play Mishra next turn. That's okay though. Oof. That's a brutal draw. Damn. Jesus. Alright. Well, I felt kind of decent about this game, but now not so much anymore. Alright, I guess start by doing this. See what's up. Make a decision based on that. Okay, that was a pretty bad stock up, at least. But they can get Omniscience in the bin and then kill me turn 5, although they don't really have anything to get with the Omniscience. Like they can't go off of Omniscience right now. They don't have any stock ups, no meringue. So I can really put on the pressure here, I guess. So this is 4 damage. Getting this to Delirium, I need one more type. That might be tricky. I also want the 4th land. But yeah. Wait a minute. So I can give this. Okay, I'm definitely gonna do this anyways. I'm trying to, like, I could have taken the Oracle there, right? Okay, anyhow. Oh, whoa, I have the types. Okay. So I can discard Mishra and then animate this next turn, maybe. Right? I think that's better than keeping Mishra because I really want to make the land drops. And then I can untap this. Oh no, then I don't have Delirium anymore though. Anyhow, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of damage regardless. Right. So they go to 13. I have no land in the bin right now, but I can get a land with this. They also have a blocker for what it's worth. I can give this double strike next turn and then untap. No, I can't untap it. This is too much math. So they go to 13. I'm thinking if I wanted to discard this Duress here. And then next turn we attack all. We probably Demolition Field, whatever, Blast Zone. Attack all. Then we have Delirium. We untap our biggest guy. And yeah. I think making this a 4 here, 5 damage, they go to 12. Then they make this a 3/4. Untap this. Block. Actually, I don't know. I mean, just make the bat bigger. Okay. They block here. This is a free power. They lose the guy. Then they take 2, 6, 10 or something. No. Yeah, they just don't die. They don't die. Well, I mean, the saving grace here is that they can't go off. If I get the engine back, I can give it trample. They block here. They take 5, exactly 11, so 1 short. Okay. Wait a minute. They didn't discard. What the frick? They didn't discard Omniscience? What? Oh, I'm omega confused. Let's do this. So get Delirium. I mean, I guess they can discard Omniscience right here when I attack. I mean, I could just attack with the bat. They don't have Omniscience in the bin right now. I just attack with the bat, right? And this guy. And then I can attack them for 6. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Okay. Kind of figuring it out. Using all the brain power I have. Lockdown would certainly end things for me. Although I do have the Dragon Engine to refill after lockdown, to be fair. So it wouldn't even be that bad if I draw the land. They don't have Omniscience in the bin right now. I don't know what happened there. Like, why did they discard the land instead of the Omniscience? Like, what? They could have literally won the game this turn. I don't understand. They just might have brain farted. Okay, I mean, this got to be lethal, right? They might have Dispersal to make this free power. They Dispersal here. Take 4. And then untap. No, I guess whatever I untap, they will Dispersal, right? That's the issue here. And then they can chump block the other thing. What if I pump Tinybones and untap Tinybones? Then they block here. Take 5. And then they block here. Still stay at 5. Man, this is annoying. There's no way I have lethal against Dispersal? I don't think so. Can I cast something from the graveyard? No. Alright, I mean, there's no point in not attacking all at this point. I just don't have lethal against Dispersal here, unfortunately. They also have double Dispersal. Yeah, I mean, I just get Omega blown out if they have that. I mean, yeah. Damn, so close to winning. But so far away. If they have Dispersal, they just bounce my bat. It is how it is, I guess. Sure. Not what I wanted to see. I don't know what I wanted to see, to be fair. I wanted to see Agatha's Soul Cauldron or Ghost Vacuum, I guess. It just bounced the bat, right? You even have double awakening, so there's no... I mean, to be fair, yeah, you just bounce the fear here. What? You can even take 4? Oh, no, you can't. Okay, so they didn't have anything. Okay, they just didn't have anything. Okay, fair enough. Well, good for me, I guess. So they did board in the Overlord and the Beza, as to be expected, I suppose. Yeah. I don't really see any reasonable changes I could make. Yeah, I mean, maybe the case. Maybe the case, huh? Does get a little grindy-ish. I'm emptying my hand pretty quickly. Although I'm on the draw now. Nah, whatever, I'm just gonna run it back. Definitely seems like a tough matchup, I don't know. I mean, I have 4 Duress. I have 2 Dreams and 2 Ghost Vacuum effects. It's not nothing, but they have, you know, a lot of card draw, temporary lockdown being a nightmare, Overlord, so they have a lot of angles of defense and attack. This hand I think is too bad. I really just have 1 Duress and then like these Tinybones, these are just one of the worst creatures in my deck. Okay, yeah, sure. I think I'm just gonna ditch this. Right, I maybe I should keep it for a Beza. ditch this. Yeah, okay. I can discard it if it's bad, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Very specific. Can only shuffle cards with mana value 3 or greater. All right. Okay. They discarded Awakening. What the frick? In the face of a Duress? Oh, nice. Nice. Damn it. That was kind of brutal. All right. Well. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to play this even. Oops. Probably, maybe not, to be honest. Yeah, because it makes the Beza so much stronger. Interesting. That gives me Delirium. I guess just make the Inti bigger. More damage. And no. Probably just Demolition Field. Okay. Don't think I'm discarding this Cliffs, am I? I don't think I should. I don't know if I even should play it, to be honest. It's interesting. I think I should. Just emptying my hand a little bit. They're gonna go make some 2/1s here. Well, like this fair plan with the Beza and the Overlord, it's not gonna beat my fair stuff, like my stuff here, like my fair, if you want to call it fair, is more powerful. Freaking horror! Are you trying to? What the frick? Ooh, hello. That alone with the fears, 3 extra damage. Put them to 9. Make this a 5/5, untap it, kill them. Okay, I mean, they must have something. They didn't play their 4-drop. So they probably have something, right? So maybe I don't want to go for the Mishra. And discard my Alesha. Seems like a very all-in line. I'm thinking, I don't know what they have, to be honest. But I'm just gonna play it very slow here. I'm gonna untap my fear and I'm not gonna discard anything because I like both my cards. Actually, never mind. I just realized something. If I play Alesha, frick. Maybe I should have just played the Mishra. Maybe I should, yeah, I should play the Mishra probably. And then attack and don't discard. Oh, man. I don't know. This deck is not that easy to play. Like these Inti stuff, like there's like It's like if I get Alesha into play here and get the fear, I have to discard my Mishra anyways. Yeah. So I guess I'm just buffing the fear. This way at least I'm distributing the power toughness here in the face of a dispersal. Wow. Dreams was a good hit, not gonna lie. Pretty insane hit actually. I'm so confused why they didn't play the Overlord. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I guess they probably have Meringue, maybe? Draw free? And they thought that that would be more important here, which I think it is. Because the Overload is not going to save you against this. Oh, they just have Riddle. Okay. They just want to Riddle. Doesn't really matter, right? They can't get any of them back. Okay, I mean, this was a pretty good turn. Even if they have Lockdown, I'm fine. And if they find Awakening for Omniscience, they need to find then in their draw step a powerful blue spell that sort of gets them going, right? Just alone, Omniscience doesn't do anything. Okay. Well, Omniscience is one of the tier 1 decks in a format. So getting that one is impressive, right? And my opponent, I would say, played tight. Didn't really see them make any mistakes. Alright, alright, alright. More digging. We had 2 interaction pieces only. No lockdown was kind of lucky, I guess. No lockdown early. Although I had the Duress for the lockdown, didn't I? I think I did, yeah. The Duress just whiffed completely. All right, we got there. That was tight. All right, not bad. Good match. It kind of has. I think it's okay. Again, the Demolition Field looking sus. We're just observing how many hands we're getting here that have Demo Field where it is pretty awkward. This is the second time I have an opener with Mountain Demo Field as my only lands. But yeah, we can go Fear, discard the Bat, and then hopefully cast Alesha, returning Bat turn free. That's the idea. Okay. I will not block. Oof. Oh my god, the pain. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Head explosion, pretty much. Pretty much. If I come back from this position, I'd be amazed. Okay. It's at least a tempo negative play. Okay. Well, I think it has to be this, right? I think I just have to do something powerful myself. I can't, like... If I had 4 mana, I might kill both these guys or something, or play Bat and kill one of them, but... This way I just have to get that going, take the 1 removal. Oh, okay. I guess I'll take the Fiend. Huh. Sure. Because that one doesn't drain me. If they play Shieldred, it doesn't drain me at least. It doesn't deal me 2 damage. And they can't attack with the Mosswood anymore, which is kind of neat. Huh. Okay. Shouldn't they... Alright, anyways. They kept on top of the mortuary. Okay. Land. I need a land there. I mean, how many lands is this deck running? Wait, what? This deck only runs 22 lands. Holy cow. I didn't even notice that. Okay, I mean, that's probably 2 lands too low. Yeah, seriously. That's 22 lands. That's as many lands as mono red runs. And that, oh my god, you run 22 lands with 3 colorless lands? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Calm down, Arne. Calm down. It's okay. Anybody can make their own life decisions. Yeah, but seriously, that's crazy. Okay. I mean, I can go for the throat that, and then attack with these 2. We can play it out, I guess, but I think that was the end of it. Maybe they're crazy and block the fear. I'm also staring at lethal if I do this attack. Maybe they block the fear. I think that's gonna be my decision here. Okay, opponent's not bad. But like, the thing is, if they do that, I have a chance to actually get back into the game. And I think if I don't do this attack and give them the opportunity to mess up, my chances of winning are just like so low. Okay. That is an unexpected, semi-pleasant surprise, I guess. Huh. Okay. I will kill the preacher. They will have a demon, which I've already used 1 go for the throat on. So I'm looking at 0 removal in her hand. Yeah. I only have 1 more go for the throat to kill that thing. Okay. Okay. Not good. Yeah, I'm starting to realize some structural problems with this deck, I think. I mean, running 22 lands is just not acceptable, of course. Also, a little, like, being so high on Anoint but not playing 4 go for the throats seems a little crazy at this point to me. Somehow I'm still in the game, though. Keynight Curator ×2. Well, I guess I'm taking Shieldred. They will probably just make a 6/6 demon here. And they can also cast a 2/2. A 2-mana 3/3. I mean, this game would have been interesting maybe if I would have not missed my land drop, right? And now if I draw a removal, maybe I have a chance. A removal for the demon. Well, that is kind of a removal for the demon, I guess. I can also get Carnosaur into play here, actually. We're doing powerful stuff. I mean, my opponent hasn't drawn a single removal spell. I mean, that's the main reason why I'm still in the game. Alright, I mean, this Carnosaur has to hit. Go for the throat, essentially. Or Anoint. Right. So I think I can just play the bat here. I mean, the torch doesn't do anything. Alright, well, if Carnosaur hits, I'm a happy boy. That's not a hit. Alright. Close game, though. It got somewhat close. Maybe I messed up when I attacked the fear. Maybe I messed up. If I attack with Deep-Cavern Bat to go up to 3, they just play Shieldred and kill me with Shieldred. So that wasn't an option. Yeah, maybe I should have stayed back with this. Like the one time where I attacked and then they attacked me back, it just took too much damage. Like if I block, they're free to the... Alright, well, anyhow, that was an interesting game. Okay. Okay. Don't think I like the Harvester here. I do like Anoint and probably have to play Torment as well, because I don't have much answers to those big guys. Duress seems okay. Wild Ride seems interesting. Not at its best here. I'm gonna shave a Tinybones. Probably just shave 2 Tinybones. I just don't like that card very much. Play this, play these 2. And then the Duress, I'm not sure about. I kind of want it, maybe, because my best draws against them are going to be where, you know, I just do my thing, and Duress taking a removal seems important. I'm not sure, but these torches, they deal with just Mosswood, essentially. They also have that Keen-Eyed Curator. They have a lot of creatures I have to get rid of, so maybe I should have some dreams. I really kind of want to cut all these and just play, like, this card instead. Wild Ride, I don't know about Wild Ride. I mean, Wild Ride is like my broken card in a way. Can do some broken stuff. But the match was pretty grindy. So I don't know. I think I'm keeping one in. Maybe I should keep one Tinybones as well. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do this. Tinybones just seems very low impact. I understand that it can technically cast a creature of theirs too in the late game. Maybe I'm underestimating it a little too much. But it just seems one of the weaker plays I have. This hand's fine. Again, these colors lands in 22 lands. I mean, yeah, it's certainly improvable, this deck. Ugh, the good old off-curve Duress, Jesus. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting decision there. On the draw, playing this card against a deck that is pretty aggressive. Against an Inti deck, putting a Planeswalker, it just seems very interesting to do that. Also Cavern in the deck. It's like a list out of the Stone Age. So you let me just play my Alesha? Sure. Interesting choice there with the Deep-Cavern Bat. I would have thought they'd take Alesha or Carnosaur. They took the card I didn't expect them to take. They binned an Annex. That's also interesting. Isn't Annex quite powerful? You want to have that here? Yeah. Probably keep that. Okay. Kind of just want to blast zone them and hard cast this Carnosaur down the line. I guess that's why. But if you had that already in hand, like why wouldn't you keep the Annex there? You know, see what I'm saying? Like you have so many lands, just keep the Annex on top. Like what the heck? I guess they really wanted to remove it for this. That's the idea. I mean, I'm getting to a point where this could actually get back to Carnosaur too. In 2 turns. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Well, anyhow. I'm just gonna hardcast it. It's a turn faster, just pretty powerful. Carnosaur is a pretty powerful 6-mana play. Although, I guess in this deck, the Discover 5 is actually not that powerful. Because you just hit like 2-mana plays. You still get a 7/6 and a few 2-mana cards, so it's not that bad, I guess. Worst case, I guess, is if you hit one of your many legends, and you have a lot of legends, right? Multiple, you have 4 Alesha, 4 Inti. If I hit Alesha here, it would be awkward. Very awkward. So that makes the Discover 5 a little worse. In this deck specifically. Okay. Let's just cast this. Okay. They obviously just want to draw a card there. Like, they draw a card and they use essentially 4 mana to get the blocker back into play. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm just chilling. Next time I can pop the Blast Zone and then attack all. They don't have good blocks. And we kind of know that they're not really using their mana right now. If they don't top deck something. Okay. Long goodbye. It's a card I haven't seen in a while. Dragon Engine. Okay. Should just attack with these two and play these. Like, play this, keep this up. Playing this here seems kind of good, actually. This has trample. So it still take a bunch of damage. Take 6, go to 10, play the engine. I have Demo Field. Yeah, shout out to Demo Field for being useful for once. For the cottage. If the Demo Field would have been a swamp last game, a Black Source, I would have been able to cast at least a 2-mana removal spell, like their Preacher, right? On turn 3 when I drew the theater. Phyrexian. Yes. You got it. Sheoldred. Dead Sheoldred. Attack for lethal. Alright. Got him. Okay. Oh, Case. I didn't even think about that card. That's probably for matchups like these, isn't it? Okay. I don't think I want the Wild Ride on the draw. They did show me Deep-Cavern Bat, so they have targets for these torches. Interesting list. So they have the green free draw, 2-mana free. They have Bat and they have Mosslord. So lots of 2s actually. Lots of 2s means less interaction, presumably. Torch is not very good as the bargain is not very effective here. There's no bargain stuff. I can sack actual creatures like these to bargain, but that does not seem very enticing. But I kind of want the second one. I also want the case. I'm starting to become a little bit of a non-believer in Duress. They have very many creatures. I don't know. Cut the dreams. I don't know. I mean, dreams. It's a fine card. Good old discard spell for 1 mana, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the actual removal spells instead. I have a lot now, right? I have like 2 Torments, 2 Go for the Throats, 4 Anoint, plus the 2 Torch, and then also the Carnosaur if I need to. Yikes. It's close. I think this early game situation is pretty good. And I have Inti and Fear to loot away lands if I draw into those. It's not a good hand, don't get me wrong, but I think it's like fine enough. Been wondering. Maybe I should take 3. Because like if they play a Glissa or a Preacher, I think I want to use my Anoint, play Alesha, and then block the Mosswood with Alesha. I want to use the Anoint on the more powerful 3 mana card. Okay. I guess I should have let them use the ability first. That was bad sequencing. Now they have more information. Okay, take a land, sure. Fear, there you go. Nice top decks. Drew really well. Keeping 5 lands and then drew 3 spells off the top. Perfect. They can... Oh, it doesn't even untap the land. So it doesn't even generate mana. It doesn't block very well against Alesha. First strike. Okay, that doesn't block either. They can go for a double block. They could have attacked. It has vigilance. Okay. Well, I have the combo wombo here. Let's attack, I guess. With chump blocking. Okay. No? We just let it die. Okay. They have the Key Knight now, so I can't do any Alesha shenanigans. So I just curve out with good creatures. That seems good to me. My board state is a lot better than my opponent's now. Yeah, the Planeswalker looked pretty bad here. Basically, it was 3 mana, draw a card. In a way. And gain 3 life, I guess. Not great. Draw a card, I guess, not too bad. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It drew a land, I guess, but, you know. The Demon. Well, now they're tapped out of Curator, so I can get the engine back with the Alesha. And kill the demon with this. Again, I guess I start with the Fear. Discard the engine. Are we melting? Oh, I played the wrong land. Oops. Are we melting, guys? Are we doing it? It would be so sick if we're doing it. Opponent has 2 unknowns plus a draw step, though. But I technically have it. I got it going right now. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Anyhow from the graveyard you draw cards. Sweet. Same thing with Recommission, right? In the Boros Monument deck. That's not a removal spell. Oh my god, you let me do it? Thank god. You're the nicest guy in the world. That's Duress, I guess, whatever. That gets me to Delirium too. Jesus Christ. Because I can play this, discard the land. But I don't think I can. I don't think I can actually. Wait, how big is this curator? This curator is a 7/7, I guess. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's good to know. Alright. Draw a card, sure. Wait. Oh. Okay, never mind then. Anyways, so this flips into a big guy. Menace and Trample. They're at 11. I can deal them 3 to their face and give everything Menace and Trample. Yeah. Then they have to double block this thing, right? I don't think I actually have to kill. Oh no, I have to kill because of the trigger, right? So they lose. Yeah, that's I have to kill here. Yeah, I definitely have to kill. All right. You discard, you get dealt free. All right. So everything has Menace Trample is just too much. You can double block this, but these guys, one of them getting through. Mishra lost to Phyrexia for the final kill. What a way to finish this one up. Mwah! And platinum free. Look at that. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Nice. Very, very nice. Well, there you go. Red-black mid-range. Sweet decklist for sure. Utilizing Mishra lost to Phyrexia. Finally in standard and to a very good result. Congratulations again on qualifying for the Pro Tour to the champion behind the deck. I'm somewhat impressed, I guess. I'm also a little skeptical, of course. We didn't get paired into Is It Prowess, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, certainly very powerful Alesha deck. I mean, that card is the deck. It really performed very well here. And Dragon Engine also nice with Alesha. Like a lot of nice synergies going on in a shell with black removal, which, you know, is always good to have. So I don't know if this deck has a like big future, but you know, there's some new cards also in the new set coming out that could be interesting for it, like Cecil. Dark Knight is the big one, and yeah, certainly a cool deck for sure. Again, I enjoyed it. All right, well, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it too. And yeah, I see you next time, guys. Take care.